Hari Om. Be not afraid of anything. You will do marvelous work. The moment you fear, you are nobody. Be a hero, said Swami Vivekananda. The Rajputs were such heroes who effectively protected the country from the invaders. The fountain of their strength can be traced to their spiritual foundation. While there are many lines of Rajputs, they majorly belong to the Ajmeris, the Mewaris and the Marwadis. Rana Kumbha, one of the greatest rulers of medieval Bharat, ruled Mewar between 1433 and 1468 CE. And after he ascended the throne, he had to fight wars continuously for 7 years to restore peace and harmony in the territory. Despite successive efforts from Alauddin Khilji along with the combined forces of Malwa and Gujarat, they could not capture Chittor. Traumatized by these defeats, Alauddin Khilji did not attack Mewar for another 10 years. During this period of peace, Rana Kumbha constructed many temples, buildings and forts. Out of the 84 fortresses that formed the defense of Mewar, 32 were built by Rana Kumbha, including the highest fort and the most formidable citadel, the Kumbhalgarh Fort. The Kumbhalgarh Fort is 3,600 feet tall and a whopping 38 km wide and has the second longest wall after the Great Wall of China. Rana Kumbha's exploits on the battleground were matchless. He fought 56 wars and remained undefeated in every one of them and stood for his people, for dharma, and became a symbol of Hindu resistance. One can't speak of the Rajput glory without taking the name of Rana Pratap. Rana Pratap inherited a wounded empire in 1572 CE. Akbar had left scars in Mewar that would never heal, and Chittor, their prized capital, was under Akbar. Moreover, Pratap's brother Jagmal, who was forced to step down the throne, felt humiliated and had joined forces with Akbar's army. Rana Pratap turned down all luxuries and comforts of royal life until Chittor was reclaimed. Amidst the hostile circumstances, Rana Pratap still inspired trust through amicable friendships and smart strategies. He joined hands with the local tribe, the Bhils, who were with him through the thick and thin. He inducted them into his army and made them his unseen strength. They knew their territory the best and were ace at guerrilla warfare. His people too provided their unflinching support to their leader. Let us now take a look at the Mewar region during Akbar's reign. Can you see that small dot there? That was Mewar, and the rest of the green expanse was under the control of the Mughals. Rana Pratap refused to surrender to the Mughals, and this created tension. Every other Rajput kingdom surrendered to the Mughals by threat or through favorable deals. The Mughal Empire extended across the western and northern Bharat, and Mewar still remained a thorn in the flesh, standing out. When Akbar sent diplomatic missions to settle with the Maharana, Pratap did not budge. Akbar put up one of Pratap's own men against him, and he ordered Raja Man Singh to wage a war against Mewar. He even appointed Man Singh as the commanding general of the army. Now came the historic battle of Haldighati. Akbar had 4 times more troops, 3 times more elephants, and multitudes of horses compared to Maharana's army. While Maharana's army fought with swords and bows and arrows, the Mughals had the advantage of guns. Haldighati was a narrow mountain pass, forcing the Mughals to leave behind their elephants and horses. In fact, Rana Pratap planned such that possible stampede could happen in the enemy camp. Also, Rana Pratap understood that speed and agility alone could help him defeat the enemy. He chose an interesting strategy. The Mughals used elephants in their frontline attack. Maharana made elephant masks for his horses. Seeing the enemy's elephants trot towards them at great speed, Man Singh's elephants got frightened and this caused chaos. This was the shortest battle fought for just 4 hours. The battle ended in a stalemate, but there was heavy loss of life and property to the Mughals.
Rajputs were always known for their valor, and they were very proud people. They could not take insults. They were willing to die, but honor was more important for them. This aspect of Rajputs as brave warriors, all of us know. But Rajputs are also greatest devotees of the Lord. For them, Iklingji, Lord Shiva, one linga, as their deity of worship. They see him as the Lord who rules the land. So in 8th century, a beautiful temple was built in Mewar. We serve the Lord and Lord is the king of our kingdom. This is how they were there. And continuous attacks were there, and only to irritate the Rajputs, the various invaders, they destroyed this temple again and again. And every time this temple was destroyed in Mewar, they used to bring it back when they captured Mewar once again. First construction happened in 8th century and subsequently it was destroyed. Once again in 14th century and in 15th century, this temple was once again reinstalled. Last time it was reinstalled was by Rana Kumbha. Rana Kumbha's son, Rana Raimal, he went and captured the Sultan and kept him in prison and said, if you want us to release the Sultan, we want the entire money which will rebuild this temple. Give that money to us as a ransom, only then this person would be released or we'll chop his head. So this is how the Rajputs were. So we know them for their valor, but we also should know them for their devotion. They are very proud Hindus who considered Shiva is the ruler of their land and they were ready to do anything to protect their temples.
It was not just Rajput men who were brave, but also their women. Rani Padmini, along with other Rajput women, chose to commit Jauhar, in other words, self-immolation. That is, setting oneself on fire when their honor and dignity were threatened by Alauddin Khilji and his men. Now do you think it's easy? If it was just out of fear, they could have drunk poison, hung themselves, or jumped off from the forts or walls. Why did they choose such a painful form of death? They wanted to ensure that nothing was left, not even their dead bodies, for the invaders to claim as theirs. They chose the bravest form of death. They chose to embrace fire than lose honor. What a valor! The Rajputs definitely were extraordinary warriors who offered great resistance to the Islamic invaders and preserved the culture and glory of Bharat. The stellar women of the Rajput dynasties were selfless in their bravery and sacrifices that served to further the might of the Rajputs and their contributions to Bharat. A Veera Vanakkam to these heroic Rajputs.